Good morning. What is it, Thursday morning? And well, I don't know, hopefully camera does it justice, but it is smoky. Like, you can't even hardly see the trees half a mile away. And it's tricky to breathe. I really noticed it this year. I mean, we've had smoke from fires basically for really a long time. You know, certainly around this time, there's usually some forest fires burning somewhere in the world, and somehow the wind always deposits it up in the Peace Country. But this year, I'm really finding it affecting me because I don't know, maybe it's been so long. It's been what, a week, 10 days of smoke, and it's hasn't been fun. I did finally get, I guess you could say, caught up on the feed. I made over 30 bags here in the last day or two, so everything's stacked outside kind of accordingly to where it needs to be. I was gonna put it all in the shed, but the shed's kind of full of mineral and other stuff, so I didn't think there was much point of doing that. It's harder to get at it when it's all in the shed as opposed to when it's out and you can get all around it. So I'm going to leave it out there, and the other reason I'm going to leave it out there is if I put it in the shed, it won't rain this weekend. If I leave all the bags out, leave them untied, basically in their most vulnerable state, we're almost guaranteed to get some rain. And if you look here, see these little craters? That's because we got rain yesterday. We got that many raindrops. So whatever creates misery up there knows that I have all my bags exposed and vulnerable, and they'll let it rain. So I'm fine with that though. When it does start raining, then I'll rush out here, I'll scoop them all up, I'll stick them either in this feed shed or the other feed shed. Of course, there's people coming to come pick up today and tomorrow, so lots of them will be gone anyways. Also leave the mill open, leave all the hoppers full of grain and uncovered and everything, just so there's a real rush and a lot of work to do when it starts raining. Because like I said, if you prep this and you close everything up, it will not rain. And in fact, as silly as it sounds, in the fall when we're trying to combine and we don't want it to rain, we do cover everything up. We tarp everything at night, we leave everything tarped during the day, we put all the covers on, put all the bin lids on, because if that's just the way it works. If you've got all your T's crossed and I's dotted, it will or won't rain, whatever you're looking for. So today, what do we got? We got planting garden. So planting is not done until the garden's in, and the garden's not in until the farm planting is done. And everybody kind of took the day yesterday and the day before. Of course, I was making all these bags, and everybody else was getting things put away, getting things tidied up. So we do have a bunch of rain projects to do in the shop whenever the rain comes. But for now, I just rotivated this morning with our fancy rotivator that goes on our backhoe, and now we'll get seeding. So I had to come out here and check out my sunflowers, and unfortunately one of my fears is setting in right now. So I had all that trouble with the battery or the alternator not working on the drill, so the meters weren't working. So I had to like reseed this, and as you can see, obviously when I came back around, my shanks weren't in the same row. So we're gonna have like these sunflowers, they shouldn't be up on the ridge, they should be down in the trench like these ones over here. Also, they're not close enough together because the seeding rate was off, blah blah blah. But there are quite a few sunflowers, so we'll see. We're gonna have a 20-acre mess again. Last year we had a 7-acre mess because I didn't know what I was doing, and this year we'll have a 20-acre mess. But if the smoke doesn't bugger off and the rains don't come, it's not going to matter anyways. It's going to be a 2,600-acre wreck. So hopefully we can get a rain. Oh man. It's just thick. Like, if you had a spoon, you could like spoon up a big scoop of smoke if you wanted. But yeah, here's more evidence that it rained yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's more than 8, but Maybe I'll see if I can fire up the old Husqvarna. So I was just talking with Dad when we got this going again. I think that lawnmower has to be at least 35 years old. So it's been around my whole entire life. I went through myself, my older brother, my oldest brother. I think he took a few runs at it, plus the old bachelors that owned it, that bought it. It's mowed in this bush. It's mowed this lawn a million times. It's mowed in that bush. It's mowed up around our bins. And 2-3 years ago, my brother scrapped his Craftsman's mower. So I took his deck off of his mower and put it on this one, because that's really all it needed. And now Buddy's getting, it's going through Buddy. It's amazing. I'm pretty passionate about not throwing stuff away unnecessarily, or even, even at all if we can help it. And that's a prime example. So, I mean, we've put some parts into it, I guess, that were more, I don't know, I guess it's been more than the deck. So I did there's a gear for the steering. I did that. Dad put a part on the engine. I'm not exactly sure what it was. It had to do with the starter. Other than that, pretty much those 3-4 things. And at least 34 plus years with that mower. So now Buddy gets to take his rounds. I was just laughing at his pattern. He gets this from his grandma. So most people, especially if they're little farm kids, would have seen their dad drive back and forth in a line, and Buddy's seen that. But he went up and then in a loop and then around and then in another loop, and then now he's coming back. But I'm not going to micromanage the guy. He's doing a heck of a job for 5 years old, and he can mow all day. I'm going to go find the weed whacker, finish picking up his toys, and then he can mow, and I'll do the trimming. Well, geez, I don't know where we're at. I don't know where we left off, but anyways, we're here now. Look at this. It's a mess. You wouldn't believe they could put so many wires behind the seat. Like, look at that. And why are there so many wires on this machine? Unbelievable. But I've been eliminating. So, of course, this was not new when we bought it. And it had several different mine mechanics attempt their handiwork at it. And I don't know, I guess I'm not really sold on what it takes to be a mine mechanic. There was wires running everywhere to nowhere, terminated in weird spots, and so I've been eliminating. There's a pile of wires down here. Cut, get everything out of there. What brought us here is I was making bags today, and this has 3 steering options. I gotta get out of here to get a little room. So there's the one where the back tires stay straight and the front tires turn. Then there's the one where the back tires turn the opposite way of the front tires. It's called circle steer, I believe. But then there's the one that's called crab steer, and that's when the front tires turn and the back tires turn the same way. So you go like straight sideways. So when I was over there making bags, I was just flying around having a good time. And the fuse blew and the wheels at the back went straight, like as far as they could to the right. And I shot straight sideways. That has happened once or twice before. And all it was the fuse. I replaced the fuse and I went on living my life. However, this time when it happened, every time I put a fuse in, it blew. So out come the seat, out come all the panels, another pile of coal. I probably could have got enough coal out of here to pay for the whole machine. It's amazing how much coal is in here. And then while I was in there, these lights that they put on there, I don't know if they're like super duper huge powerful lights or whatever. They have small wires, so I don't know what was happening, but it would actually melt the fuse in the fuse panel. So there's a solenoid there. I'm not even sure what that does. It brings, I guess, power from the battery to the cab, and it's keyed. So I went to the other side of it, and then I did put a fuse in it, and I just run a big wire up to the lights. So hopefully that eliminates some of my heating issues, blowing fuse issues. Like this big piece of junk was in there. This was like a piece of a extension cord. I don't know what they had that for, and they had it hooked together, and that's now out of there. So that piece was also in there. Pretty sad, actually. But while it's in here too, look at that. See, I gotta do that wheel seal, so I'm gonna do that too. But first I'm gonna get everything put back in there. It was supposed to rain, but I guess they were just running a huge big joke on us, and it's not gonna rain. So at this point, all my bags are still out. You can see Leon, I had to press him into service to finish making my bags. The backhoe, I put the forks on them because I didn't think this was ever gonna work again. And it's just been one of those situations. So I don't, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of not a good day, I guess. I did get quite a bit done, I suppose. But anyways, now I'm gonna run in and have lunch. So I'll put together, I guess this was a conglomeration of videos over the last few days. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you all on the next one.